you're listening to the Mackay T Show podcast. Here are your hosts, Brian Mackay and T Davis.
What time is it?
It's time for the Mackay T Show.
What time is it?
I said it's time for the Mackay T Show.
Welcome back to the Mackay T Show podcast. Episode 100 is finally here. Look, crickets. I was waiting on some clapping or something. Nothing, just
yay,
crickets.
100. Woo, woo. All right.
Yes, let's kick things off here with a little just a recap on the college football scene over the weekend. T, go ahead and tell everybody what you think about your Gators. What are y'all?
They're awful. They're awful. I don't know why they ranked number 3. I don't care what people talk about offense. When they come up against a better defense, who knows? That offense looked awful in the second half. I don't know what Dan Mullen's doing. From what Brian told me, they kept trying to throw the ball. And from what I was hearing, they threw. And they act like, I like the quarterback, the kid. I can't even think his name.
Trask. Mm-hmm.
Trask. But he can't be the only guy that he not Tim Tebow. He not even what's the black guy that played with Tim? He could throw Chris Leak. He ain't even Chris Leak.
Yeah, Chris Leak.
So when he may be Chris Leak and he needed Tim Tebow. Either way, because Chris Leak could throw a nice ball and he was accurate, but we don't want him running. We don't want him to have to make all the plays. And that's what he's trying to seem like. Are you trying to get him a Heisman or something? Yeah, you got that tight end, but you got to throw the ball to other people. So I don't know what we're doing.
Listen, I'll give the Heisman to Kyle Pitts right now, the way he's opened up the season.
He been balling.
Yes.
So that defense atrocious. I don't care what nobody say. That defense is awful.
Yes, they having a little trouble stopping people because Ole Miss's offense was pretty good, but I didn't see anything about South Carolina's offense that was special, and they seemed to score whenever they wanted to.
So
yeah,
yeah. I ain't seen us with a bad defense like this in a long time.
Yeah, lately in the last few years, it's been y'all's offense that has been suspect.
Right.
And it's been a defense that's been carrying you. But
and last year it kind of evened out, once Trask started.
Mm-hmm.
I thought boy got hurt, and it was like, okay, we pretty solid. But you just never knew because he still was like, he ain't played a lot of football. Because I don't think he even started in high school. So I don't even know how he got a college scholarship, but he did. And it's working out for him. Next thing we look up, he's going to be like Driscoll them and playing in the league and be like, well, what happened? How did this happen?
Well, I had a good weekend. My Rebels came out victorious in a thrilling overtime victory against Kentucky.
Yes.
Thank God for the Kentucky kicker. Bless his heart. He's not having a good morning, I'm sure.
Well, let me just tell you this. And the people. The funny thing.
And the people.
How about I been spelling hotty toddy with the D's, and you ain't never corrected.
You because people, you know what?
I was like, Brian just got me out here spelling this wrong. I don't think I ever really knew how you supposed to spell it, but
it's acceptable both ways. I mean,
I can't spell it like that. Okay.
Because there's enough people that do, even though it's not, even though it's technically wrong, it's pretty much accepted both ways. But yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes, indeed. So, I mean, other than that, nothing I don't think is really telling about this weekend. Mississippi State showed that they were no longer a contender. after they beat LSU in
Well,
last
who
week.
said they was a contender?
Well,
Half of the reason some of these teams ranked is because Big Ten them wasn't even playing, or Big Ten and Pac-12, so they teams weren't in there for the opportunity to be ranked.
well, luckily, Pac-12 has found a cure for the virus, so they're gonna join us here in a couple
I
of
can't.
weeks.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. Mississippi State lost to Arkansas, gave Arkansas their first win in 2.5 years, and of course they had to keep playing the highlight of the last time they won an SEC game. It happened to be against the Rebels.
Oh, great.
Bless our heart. But that's in the past, and
Was that Thanksgiving?
it was it was 2017. It was just a crazy ending to the game. I don't remember exactly how it happened, but they, yeah, it was a crazy little ending to the game, and they wound up winning at the end. And that was the game that I think Matt Luke thought he didn't have a chance of getting that job, because he was the interim coach,
Mm-hmm.
and then we went on and beat State in the Egg Bowl, and that's how he got the job. But yeah, so
Right.
we got Alabama this week, so I'm sure you're gonna get a bunch of Lane Kiffin versus
That should be fun.
Nick Saban talk. I don't know. I'm
Who?
nervous.
What game is gonna be? Is it
Where's it going?
3:30 game, or is it gonna be on ESPN or something? Oh, I mean SEC Network.
Well, Alabama stays in that 3:30 slot, so I think it is
You know what they
3:30.
said that Florida might play Texas A&M. I don't think they're gonna put Texas A&M on TV twice back to back.
Ole Miss. Oh no, we play at 5 o'clock, so 6 o'clock Eastern. Alabama, Ole Miss on
SEC
ESPN,
next. Oh, okay. Of
and
course, it's
then
something that I can't
Florida.
see.
Oh, y'all running at noon on ESPN. Y'all kicking off today, second week in a row.
Again?
Mm-hmm.
Oh Lord. If we playing at noon, that means we ain't on CBS.
Y'all on ESPN. Mm-hmm.
So they picked the Georgia.
In Tennessee, got the
Yep.
2:30 game,
Yep.
3:30 game.
Mm-hmm. You bums.
Goodness
Okay.
gracious.
I'll watch it anyway.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's pretty much all I got for college football this week.
Well, when is these other teams think they're gonna join the rest of us? How everybody been playing and then y'all gonna join later? Like Ohio State number 6. They ain't played a game. What is that? How disrespectful is that to the other teams that have been playing? Penn State, Oregon, all got 0-0. Wisconsin ranked 16. Look, y'all should be at the bottom of the thing until we figure out what y'all doing. I don't know why Texas A&M ranked at all, cause yeah, they ain't no 21. But I guess if y'all just got to put somebody in them slots.
Well, moving on to the professional league. Coronavirus has struck. You knew it would probably come. It took a little while to get here, but it has caused a little ruckus in the NFL. Tennessee Titans had double-digit amount of players and staff members that contracted the virus. They
Did they say like 10, 11, or they just didn't tell us? They was
think
trying
the
to be.
last total, if I'm kind of doing this right, and if my math is correct, I think the last total is 16
Good night.
total, and that caused them and the Pittsburgh Steelers to reschedule their game. They took the bye week this week, and they rescheduled for later on in the season. Moved some other games around to mess around with that.
So it was one team couldn't play, so the other team had to be penalized.
Basically.
You should lose it. Okay, I'm with this guy. Who was this? Oh man, he was on another brother
I
from
saw a lot
another.
of I saw a lot of people saying that about them.
You should just lose your game if you ain't trying to do the right thing. And it'll be one thing if 1 or 2 of your people, but 16, y'all out here wilding out. So what I need you to do is forfeit your game. The other team shouldn't be penalized because you out here, or your young men or your grown men or whatever they are, out here playing around and not taking it seriously. Because I'm still seeing too many coaches without a mask on, and I don't know. We'll talk about this in a later second. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, the only other real notable uh, coronavirus deal over the weekend was Cam Newton testing positive on Friday.
What
But
he out here doing?
I don't know, but it caused their game against the Chiefs to be moved to Monday.
They should forfeit it.
They no, it don't matter with him not playing. They liable to get run up on with the Chiefs. Let me not say that because Bill Belichick can do miraculous things.
So yeah, they supposed to play today.
Yeah, I said Monday
Yeah.
like it wasn't Monday. Like it's not Monday
Oh,
morning.
yeah, I
You know.
heard Monday, but then I was
Yeah.
like, today. Yeah, yeah, today.
Joe Burrow got his first victory for the Bengals as a
Lord,
starting quarterback.
I was wondering. I had forgot what team he had got drafted by.
Yes, he's the hometown Bengals.
um, well, I'm always curious about this. So
Uh,
I happened upon the Dallas Browns game.
the
Dallas is
shootout,
losing by like 16 or maybe 19 or something.
right?
19. They lose by 19. They go full throttle. They move down, score a 2-point conversion. Play defense, get the ball back, go down 2-point conversion. So now they down 3. Some kind of way I don't know. They made a end around play to Odell Beckham, and he go 50 yards or something crazy.
Took it to the house.
Skirt down the sideline, past everybody, including some of his teammates that looked like they was running sand, and then they lost. But I was like, this is my question. If they seem to play better when they were playing faster, so why don't you play faster all the time?
I don't know if McCarthy just don't like playing that way, but yeah, I
Didn't they
mean
seem
that.
like they was playing better when and I know the defense ain't, I guess maybe not being as aggressive because they just trying not to let people get behind them or whatever they would be doing and prevent defense. But I've seen other teams that seem to play better when they playing faster. And I don't know if the NFL had that rule where you have to give them a second to change defense, because if you leave your same offense out there, they just have to leave their same defense. I would probably just play fast like um what you call it, got the rebels playing. So you
Yeah,
can't.
yeah, I don't know. It can't be to say. Usually, the ones that don't like to play fast, their coaches like to save their defense to keep them off the field. But Dallas' defense is so terrible; it won't make a difference whether they tired or not.
Right, get as many points as you can.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know.
And
Dak
how
had
bad a shape you in if you can't stay out? Like, you getting a good 3 or 4 minutes rest. Recovery time, the faster you can recover is when we know you're in conditioning. Like, that's what I always was told. Conditioning is not like, oh, I can run a mile, oh, I can do this in 32 seconds. It's how fast you recover and can do it again. So if they get minutes over there on the sideline, like, they ain't gonna be scoring in 2 plays. So you get a few minutes to go sit down in the hole.
I need Jerry to pay Dak Prescott 502 yards and 4 touchdowns. I need the man to be paid.
No, don't pay him. Let him go on to somebody else, and then be like, oh, oops.
The Fountain of Youth made its way down to Tampa. Brady had
Oh
a
Lord,
good
they
game.
won. Yeah.
Yes, it was the first time in history that there was it was the biggest age gap between two starting quarterbacks, Tom Brady and Justin Herbert for the
Oh, Herbert
Chargers.
just a baby. He just came out of college.
When Tom Brady came into the NFL
Oh
as a
Lord,
rookie,
this baby was 2.
2 years old. That's crazy. That is crazy. So
Yeah. Tom, go sit down. Go sit down. I'm just saying, okay, it's just like, why? Why take the chance to get that one crazy injury? Okay, you remember the Alex Smith that had that whole leg thing? I think he's recovered,
Mhm.
he's walking and all, but just why? You don't need to have, like, you don't need the money, your wife rich, y'all got, like, your children's children should be good. What are we
Mhm.
doing? I understand you love it. Well, coach. Become quarterback coach and help some young one. Okay, I'm okay. Go ahead.
Uh, my quarterback, Josh Allen, led his team to another victory. Buffalo Bills are 4-0, and my fantasy team is 4
Oh
0.
Lord.
So everything is good on that front. And as far as the 49ers, at least
They
we can
lost.
say that George Kittle is back. Other than that, we lost to the Philadelphia Eagles. Bless our heart.
Well, that's what they get for paying that boy all that money. He ain't that good. Garoppolo ain't good.
No, because
Uh
Nick Muggins doing every bit as much as he was.
yeah, and until they get a quarterback, just gonna be mediocre. They had a good run last year. Now people don't figure out how you like to play and do the run with the running backs and all the quarterbacks and throw to that. You got to be able. You got to have a good quarterback in this league.
Yes.
Hold on, Jimmy Garoppolo played.
I fell asleep at halftime, so if he
Oh
played,
no, that's the first.
no, he
That
did. Yeah.
that's the Arizona game. I'm on the wrong. I was like, what? I thought he
Oh,
was hurt. Okay, phew.
whew.
Exactly. Whew. Tripping.
That's all I got for NFL. You got any other observations over the
No,
weekend?
but if you see that your team is play well when they under duress and trying to score fast, just tell them to act like they under duress all the time, under duress, and play fast and do 2 minute drill offense the whole game. And
The air raid offense.
I need y'all to do better about these masks. I'm gonna go ahead and because some of them still don't have it, and I need to feel the fabric of those the ski mask. That's the only thing that I can come up with the name for them. You know, the ones that you just pull up and it can go over your head and be on your neck.
Right.
Because research has shown that those are not good for protecting others because the particles just break into smaller particles when you talk through those. You need 2 layers of fabric. Or y'all can get some PPE. I don't know. But do better. Y'all got billions of dollars. And I don't know what to tell y'all, these grown men that won't do the right thing. Cause if you got 16 people, like, y'all ain't in no bubble. So what y'all out there doing?
And Nashville's a hotbed for it too, so they need to be extra careful just being that close.
All the places are hotbed. You know, all it take is one person. Look at the White House. All it
Mm.
take is one person and it spread through there like a the what you call it? When you itching, when you get out there, poison ivy.
Yeah, we're gonna get into that here in a minute.
Okay. So okay, that's it. Do the
Yes.
right thing. Y'all, if you ain't in a bubble, be grown and don't be out here running around like you can't get nothing. And then next thing you know, cause do the whole team have to go into quarantine when if they somebody on the team tests positive, or just the offensive team if it's an offensive player? What?
Yeah, I think they did a basically everybody was doing their stuff through Zoom meetings, so I think so.
Unacceptable. Okay, go ahead.
The WNBA finals. Game two was yesterday. Saw the Seattle Storm, led by Sue Bird and Breanna Stewart, take a 2-0 commanding lead over the Las Vegas Aces.
Well, ask the
Uh,
Lakers about commanding leads. Go ahead.
well, um, so that puts them one win away in the best of
Oh,
five.
never mind. It's different. They ain't got some more games. Never mind. Pardon me. I keep forgetting they only do 5. Go ahead.
So yeah, they're one win away from clinching their fourth championship, which would tie them with the Houston Comets.
All
Um,
right then.
yes, and Sue Bird, I believe it was game one. Was it game one? I'm gonna say game one. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. She broke the finals record for most assists in the game with 16.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and she's 1 week shy now of her 40th birthday. Still out here balling. Um,
Well, good
Breanna
luck.
Stewart has been leading them in scoring in the playoffs and throughout the season. She, I mean, I thought she was an MVP candidate, and they had one sports writer, one.
Hmm.
They did not make her unanimous
It's always
this
that
for the
somebody.
why would you? I
The
just don't
haters.
understand. Unanimous for the first. She had a chance to be unanimous right there with Asia Wilson and Candace Parker for first team All WNBA,
Oh,
and
well, she
one
ain't gonna
sports
be the
writer.
first one. It don't matter no more. I thought she would might have been the. You know how Curry was the first one ever to
Oh
do it.
no, yeah,
So,
yeah.
well, it's still
So
messy, but
yeah,
somebody,
so
it's always somebody that want to be messy.
but I thought game one was very entertaining. It was back and forth. It was about as good as basketball as you could possibly ask for. Game two, and it started in the fourth quarter
Hmm.
of game one. I kind of noticed when they came out of a timeout toward the end of the game, the Aces just they had a different feel about them, and then it kind of trickled into game two. Their energy just seemed off. I don't know if I'm making something up or what, but it just they seemed off. They weren't like it's almost like they wasn't. They were just kind of going through the motions because Seattle, controlled game two from start to finish. Um, I don't know
I
if
just
I'm
got
just
one
being
di-
conspiracy theorist or what, but
one request. Can we get the lemonade jerseys? I don't like them. All right, go ahead.
I don't like the way they redone the jerseys at all. But that's just my opinion. They
But
need to go back
that
to the
ain't really
old
important at this point of what compared to what we talking about. But I don't like
right.
this lemonade. Go ahead.
But yeah, so
Well,
game.
y'all are in trouble. I thought that this was going the best of seven, but never mind. They just need one more win.
Yes, game three will be coming up. Um, I guess that'll be tomorrow.
Oh, they doing every other day too.
Yep, they doing like the men every other day.
Well,
So
then y'all can get on out of that bubble and go home to your families and go back into a bubble. Well, some of y'all gonna go overseas, and if the country will take you because you're athletes, they will. Most people, most
yeah, the
Americans,
ones
when we go over there, they be like, you got to stay in quarantine.
the ones that have already been put out are already started their overseas seasons.
So they
Which
just be like, y'all need to go into quarantine for a little while, and then you can
well,
play.
well, moving on to the NBA. The first two games of the finals saw the LA Lakers just completely dominate. Well, let me not say the Lakers as a whole. LeBron James and Anthony Davis
Well,
dominated.
that's the Lakers. What are you saying? See, y'all being disrespectful. Why is it not the Lakers? This a team sport. Even though two people play well, I mean the Lakers dominated. How do we start splicing out stuff?
Well, our boy Charles Barkley.
Don't
Uh,
listen to nothing he said because
I,
the him and the Breanna Taylor comment. He don't say it more. I'm just over him at this point. Go ahead.
well, no, this one isn't necessarily. And
No, I'm
I
just
just
over him.
know,
Just that
I
is
know,
kind of
I
my
know,
final straw with him.
I know, and I understand that piece, but he's there for the entertainment value in some respects, and he gave it to us last night. He talked about the Lakers. He talked about the Lakers being a two-star team, and the rest of them were just a bunch of Jags, which was just another guy.
Great.
Oh goodness. Oh Chuck. So yeah, last night saw Jimmy
Oh,
Butler lead the banged up Heat
yeah, 40-point
to a
triple double.
victory. Yes, the third person in NBA history to have a 40-point triple double in an NBA Finals game, joining LeBron and Jerry West, two Lakers. Look at that. Uh,
That's hilarious.
but no, he played pretty much. He played how they needed him to play to get them a victory. And like you said before we came on online this morning, uh, the series is playing out like it would normally play out. So this would be like a home game for the
Right.
Lakers. I mean,
It,
for the
the
East, for
first two
the.
games would have been LA at home. Now Miami
Hmm.
would go home. They would win one, and then LA will come back Tuesday and win. This I'm gonna tell you what happened. One, I just looked at the stat. I don't know why Anthony Davis scored 15 points. That can't happen
Yeah, he's the way he's been playing in the playoffs. That was a shock.
because you got Marquise Morris and Kyle Kuzma with 19. If he play like he regular play, then they win this game. Number two, this quite often happens when top players on the other team don't play. That's just like this relax, like, oh, we got this. The people won't say it, but it happens. Oh, we got this. Two of they better starters hurt. You go in there, relax, and then you be like, oh, wait a minute, they balling, and you try to turn it back on. But if Anthony Davis don't show up, yeah, we gonna struggle. But if he get his regular points, this wouldn't even be in question. Cause they had two other people had 17 points, but besides Jimmy Butler, Olenek and Hero, Marquise Morris and Kyle Kuzma canceled them out. So if Anthony do anything, but he'll come back. He don't have these games. You remember he was balling, and then he just was like, "Where is he?" So he'll pull himself together. I hope anyway, because I need this to hear him get over with, so I can move on with my life.
Yes. Well, I was very happy that they did win a game because I just if the Lakers would have swept them and them being banged up the way they are, the narrative for the next month and a half would have been
It
it's
was the
this championship.
easiest. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's just
still
a
gonna be
fraud.
that, Brian.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
still gonna
I
be that. It's still gonna be that. Again, I had already said in five. I feel like they would win one. Obviously, I ain't know about these injuries, but it's the NBA. They grown men. They play it for at the top level. Um, so it's still I'm still going to five.
have you seen the highlight of LeBron walking off the floor at the end of the game yet?
I don't want to know anything he do is overblown. So
And he
he
knows that. Yeah, he knows. We've discussed this before.
well,
He
I,
he.
I I think though in some of these cases, I don't think he like they gonna overblow this. Like he just truly in his emotions and in his feelings. I don't know when or how he walked off the game, but they probably made more of it than it probably needed to be.
Well, it was just
But let
like
me look for it.
it was 9 seconds left, and um, like I told you before we came on this morning, he at the end of the first quarter, the Lakers had made a run to cut it to four, and he walked off the floor at the end of the first quarter, kind of jawing towards Tyler Hero and Jimmy Butler, and Jimmy, chopped back at him, and at the end, in the post game press conference, Jimmy Butler was asked about it, and he said that LeBron basically told them that they were in trouble. That was what he was saying to them at the end of the first there, and at the end of the game, Jimmy was very loudly, and you could read his lips saying, they're in trouble when Miami had the game in hand. So, yeah, and that's about the time that
Oh,
LeBron
I
kind of
saw
started
it.
taking the
Yeah,
stuff off.
at the
Yeah.
last 1 minute or something, he just took his mouthpiece out and said, "You were in trouble."
Hmm.
This is just regular NBA talk that nobody would hear or care about if the gym was loud and the crowd was.
And prayerfully, if the Lakers do go ahead and finish this out, Kyle Kuzma gets him a ring.
Kyle Kuzma's gonna get a ring, just like J.R. Smith, who haven't played it, but a few minutes here or there. Just like
JR came in there last night, hit him a couple of shots, and
what's his name? Dion Waiters, all of them. L.A., get yourself together. This is all. This happens, Brian. You know it.
oh
You know you
yeah,
play a team. oh, they star player out, and then the other players come out and just play hard, and you look up and be like, okay, see, y'all took that for granted because their best player was out, or they starting guard was out, or whatever. That's the same thing LA did. And I don't know if what LeBron said. Stop talking trash. You told the kids to, you told the kids. Oh, I'm being messy. You told the kids to shut up when they was acting a fool in the first game about acting like it was over. And then, so why would you say that if you said it? Y'all get it together. Cause I need better, Davis. I need better 15 points. You get your 15 this night, we will be 3-0. All right, I'm done.
Okay, I'm gonna leave this up to you. You want to do the top 5 now, or you want to talk about Trump?
Let's get him out the way.
All right.
Ain't nothing to talk about him. He, you know he gonna act like ain't nothing happened. It wasn't as bad as it was. Even if he was about to die, he'll come out and lie. Go ahead.
I just okay for all the if you don't know, I don't know how you don't know at this point, but
You've been under
uh,
some kind of rock.
Donald Trump and his wife Melania Trump, First Lady Melania Trump, um, had got the coronavirus, and it was the first time I believe since this virus came into fruition that he actually referred to it as COVID-19 in his tweet to tell the American people that they had contracted the virus.
Mhm.
I, so first of all, that was telling. Then he gets hospitalized on Saturday, and the doctor comes out and has a press conference where he basically says, there was a 72-hour time frame from when he was first diagnosed, which would put him being first diagnosed with it the day after the debate on last Tuesday. So
Mhm.
Wednesday was when the first. After that press conference, and the news media just started steamrolling with that, because there you go, the Biden campaign was not informed until the rest of the world was informed. So they started making things out of that. Literally 30, 45 minutes after that press conference, there's a memo sent out from the doctor saying that he misspoke on the whole uh, day
Mhm.
3, whatever.
You should see my lips. Mhm.
No.
Mhm.
Somebody got Olivia Pope in them after this man and made him come out and write that memo, because I'm sorry. Uh, And oh gosh, and then it gets worse. Yesterday, uh, Donald Trump gets in a motorcade and has people drive him around the hospital. Now he's not been released. He gets and drives around the hospital so he can have a little photo out to all the people outside the hospital who were there to support him. He still has the virus. He gets put in a motorcade where it's sealed, so
Airtight. Because
airtight seal.
this is a car where they you can't bomb it and let stuff get in there because he's the president.
Right.
That means them people are sitting in there with them germs floating around, and they had masks on, but those are not 100% effective. And you know that this person has it, and the less the fewer the least amount of time you spend in the room with somebody that have it, better. You don't want to be in that car with him and you can't roll down the windows. But now they driving slow as they can so he can wave it and clap. And I'm surprised he had a mask on since he swear he don't that they don't work or whatever. But we'll see if he wear a mask whenever he finally get out of quarantine
And the
or
other part
isolation,
of
because he
this,
should be isolating. He shouldn't even be in quarantine. He should be in isolation. But
the other part of these, this whole weekend.
oh, and just for the people that may not know, I'm sorry, I gotta tell it because some
Go
people
ahead.
may not know. So isolation means I have the virus. I need to isolate from others. Period. Not be around them. Quarantine. I have come in contact with someone that has the virus, and I have not tested positive, but I'm going to quarantine myself just in case I do get the virus. And so I normally quarantine for 14 days. For some reason, you can isolate for 10 days, and if you're good, you're good. But they want you to quarantine for 14 days, and usually around the 5th day, they, if you can, they like try to get a test to see if you're positive, and if you're negative, you just still have to run out the rest of your time, which means the other 9 days.
Mm-hmm.
That's how that works. All right, go ahead.
Thank you for that
Thank you. I
clarification, because
tried.
I'm sure there's people out there who don't know. So, uh, yeah, the other part of this weekend that drove me nuts was the videos that he was sending out and the pictures that his family members were putting out there of
Brian, that's
him.
what you get for watching that mess.
I know. It is. We've had this discussion. You tell me all the time I need to stop, but I can't. So the picture that Ivanka Trump, his daughter, put out the other day really sent me up the wall, because her caption was something to the effect of, still working hard, and 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 just like almost making him like, he's gonna beat this, and he's strong enough to beat it, and he's
He
gonna.
should. He got the best of care. See, the rest of these people don't understand. He'll be fine,
Mhm.
most likely, because like 80% of the population don't die. He could fall into the 20% where you get definitely ill or on the verge of death, but 80% of the population get it, is bad or whatever, and they find they recover. For all we know about recovery now, since we still we haven't, this hasn't been around long enough for to know the long term effects. Any rate,
What I just it bothered me, because it's almost like a slap in the face to those 200,000 plus that died, like they weren't strong enough to survive it. Well, a lot of those could have been prevented if y'all would have done
had
from the
y'all done
beginning
y'all due
what you
diligence.
still haven't truly done yet. But what if you'd have done from the beginning what you should have done, and told the American people that this was serious? I mean, he even in his last video talked about how he was getting all kind of information on the virus. Well, why haven't you done that since the beginning?
Well, the problem with this though, Brian, is he gonna come out and like he just now he know everything about it.
Right.
and the and the Jim Jones group that follow him gonna buy into it. And I'm just saying that it's a Jim Jones kind of thing,
No.
cause y'all just follow him on down these death trap, and good luck, cause he the one that has the best of care. People don't understand. In the White House, he's got a not a hospital, but a clinic, like where he goes. So while he's been released from that hospital, he still is not like sent home, because he still has nurses and doctors and stuff on staff that'll be around to take care of him if anything happened when he get into the White House and start trying to live. But he putting so many people at risk, Brian. Not just
Yeah.
his security staff, what you call it, Secret Service, but the his personal assistant Abby or whoever. Okay, she had it. They
Hmm.
went to that event, put all them people at risk. Then some of them congressmen and senators or whatever, they put other people at risk. And I'm sure they knew they should have been in quarantine as soon as that young lady said that came out positive. But for all we know, she got it from one of them. Like you can't tell who got it just because I got tested and mine came up first. All I know, I got it from somebody else.
Yeah.
Obviously, you got it from somebody else. But then you talk about the staff that work at the White House, all them people that cook, clean, and all of that. That he probably done told them not to wear masks. If he out here telling them reporters not to wear masks, I doubt if anybody in the White House that's working. It's like the nurses, not the nurses, the cleaning staff. He might not personally tell them, but whoever communicate with them, he's probably saying don't wear no mask. Now all these people, like, what they gonna quarantine to?
Mm, and they're not gonna get the top care that he
Yeah,
has.
no. If you get sick, you just gonna miss your days. Hope you got some PTO or some sick leave. Uh, mm-mm.
Well, is this week the week of the vice presidential debate?
Wednesday, I think.
Okay, so that'll be interesting to see how they do that.
Well, What I heard was Kamala and them have requested 12 feet of distance between them.
Yes.
Uh,
Mm.
I would say I've been like, I'm requesting us be in different rooms. They got enough camera to do a split screen. They do it on the news all the time. Where you see
Yes.
the people, you can tell they in the studio, but you can see that they not even close to each other.
Yes. 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 Well,
And
I
if
don't.
you and there need to be a requirement if you're gonna be because they offered the family mask during that debate, and they was like, no, it's been reported that they was like they offered Melania, she waived whoever offered, and they was offering them, and then they waving people off. Now, obviously, you can't make people wear them. I could care less that you the president's wife or whatever. Y'all gotta go. You can't come in here and put all my people that work here at risk because they
Yeah.
don't have the access to the best care.
Yep. And that was very, very evident that and they were doing that on purpose for the optics. That none of them had a mask on. So
Well,
and look
maybe
where.
people will, and I doubt the Jim Joneses, but there's this middle ground. Maybe those that be like, oh, if he can catch it, then I can catch it. And maybe some of them will be like, okay, let me take more precautions.
I hope that is the case. I hope that there is enough of them that will, because it's only gonna get worse. I mean, there's a
And we
second.
got flu season coming,
Yeah.
cold season, all of those are viruses. Who knows what kind of party the flu, the SARS-CoV-2, and the cold virus could have if it gets you.
Mm, my goodness. Well, yeah, I'm ready to move on to a more happier topic.
It is what it is. Look,
It is what it is. Yeah.
it is what it is. If yeah. So that was it. And then that thing that you sent me, I'ma just stand by and stand back.
Stand by and stand back. Yeah.
Oh, that is hilarious.
Y'all can pray for him if you want to.
I'ma just stand back and stand by.
Oh, and one last thing, since you brought that up, I just thought about this. My favorite tweet over the weekend
Yes, say it.
was
Yes.
I cannot remember who it was that tweeted it, but it was hilarious. And
Yes.
and nothing about this is funny, but that was
No,
funny.
this is funny. Yes, it is.
It stated that there is a lot of cause for some concern with Donald Trump getting the virus because he
Mhm.
does, he does fall into the bracket of uh all the high risk community because he's elderly, he's obese, and he's in the low income bracket.
Lord, Brian, let me tell you. Brian, okay, so I missed it when you first sent the two tweets. I was
Yes.
like, oh, haha, that's funny. But then for some reason, because you see a tweet, you go and you look at it, and then you go on with it. But something made me to go look at it again.
Yeah, when you replied to me and told me you
And
just
I
saw the
said,
whole low
oh,
income
wait a
thing.
minute. He in 3 categories:
Yes.
obese, elderly, and low income. I was no good after that. I was no good
I'm talking about
because
I hit the floor. I hit the floor. I was
I was
laughing
like,
so
low
hard.
income, that is hilarious.
You know.
So keep it up, Twitterverse. Y'all be out here with some funny stuff happening. Y'all got some good comedians out here.
Well, hopefully a lot of people on Twitter will get engaged with our next topic. It's our weekly top
Oh
five.
yeah, Lord, yes, yes.
This week we are doing top 5 Eddie Murphy movies. So I'm excited for this. Let me get my list up.
Go ahead, Macaroni.
Okay, honorable mentions. Because
Oh no, you give them last. They don't go first.
no, I give because
No,
then
you.
I'm doing my honorable mentions first, and then I'm doing 5 through 1. That's how I
Oh, you
listen.
don't
You
even.
make a
Okay,
good
some of mine that make the. I ain't put them in no order. Only one of them is
church.
in order.
Church, y'all know good and well. T makes up her rules every week. I'm making up my rules for this week.
You did. That
honorable
ain't how you do it. Look.
honorable mentions. I just lumped all these together. All of the Shrek movies. Um, Mulan. I thought he was very good in that. Trading Places, his movie with Dan Aykroyd, and Doctor Doolittle 1 and 2, which because he was not in 3, and the fourth one I think was like a made-for-TV movie, but he wasn't in either one of them. But he was in 1 and 2 as Doctor Doolittle, and then Kyla Pratt took over. His daughter took over in the other two. Okay, and then I started going from 5 all the way to 1. Number 5, All the Nutty Professors. Hercules.
Okay.
Yes. Number 4, 48 Hours and Another 48 Hours. Him and Nick Nolte. 3 and 2 were very, very difficult to. It's almost like 2 and 2A because I couldn't. It was hard. But 3, I have Harlem Nights with Richard Pryor and Red Fox and that crew. And then 2 is all the Beverly Hills Cops, 1, 2, and 3.
How you
And
putting all
number
these
1,
movies? All these movies weren't okay. Go ahead.
I lumping them together. And then number 1,
You
obviously,
cheating. You
Come
cheating.
to
That's what
America.
you're doing. Go
Why
ahead.
is it cheating?
Because you don't want to. All Beverly Hills 1, 2, and 3 are all not great movies, and I like all of them, but all of them should not be lumped together like they're
Okay,
all good movies.
I guess I should have specified these are personal choices. These are not critically acclaimed masterpieces. That kind of list. This is my personal choices, and all the
But
movies.
out of them 3, I'm sure one of them you like better than the other one, so that's why it's not fair for you to put them all together. You like them
Once
all
again,
equally.
once
No,
again,
answer the question. You like them all equally.
once again.
You like all 3 of them Beverly Hills Cops the same way? If you can answer the question, sir, it would be appreciated. Don't make me act like the what was the dude that did
Listen,
the debate?
the Proud Boys,
Sir,
stand
can you
back
please
and
answer the sir, can you
proud.
please stick to the question?
What would you like me to call them?
Sir, I would like you to pick a movie. 1, 2, or 3. Go ahead.
All right,
Okay, what
Proud
was the
Boys,
last one?
stand back and see. You didn't let me get to number 1 because you jumping in my case.
Everybody know what number 1 is.
Yes, Coming
It's
to
probably number
America.
1 on their movie. On their
And
list.
see, my list, my 5 through my top 5 is movies that literally I can recite word for word. I know it just about every word in all of these movies. All the Nutty Professors, 48 Hours, Another 48 Hours, Harlem Nights. You cannot tell me one line in that movie I don't know. Beverly Hills Cop 1, 2, and 3. Know every line from every movie. And Coming to America, obviously I can recite that verbatim. So that's the other reason that those are my top 5.
Okay.
So let's hear yours. And just notice,
After number 1, they don't come into an order.
and just notice, I'm taking a Joe Biden approach, and I'm not going to interrupt you one little bit.
Look, sir, I need you to pick something. Pick a side. Number 1, Coming to America. After that, they don't really have an order for me. 48 Hours, Beverly Hills Cop 1, Trading Places, and Vampire in Brooklyn.
Oh, that was a good one.
Jesus, Mary, and JoJo.
Let me ask your opinion.
Jesus, Mary, and JoJo. That's hilarious.
Because that one almost made my list as well. In another movie, I wanted your opinion on. What you think of Boomerang?
So I like Boomerang. It would be an honorable mention. Boomerang, Harlem Nights, Distinguished Gentleman, I thought was good. Like all of the rest of them, like they solid. I just like these more than I'm an Eddie Murphy fan. Imagine that. I really like that movie. With the little girl. That's really good. So and that's why the rest of these really didn't have an order, because just Coming to America is my favorite, and then the rest of them really. I really like Vampire in Brooklyn for whatever reason. I just think it's him and Angela Bassett hilarious. Him being a vampire, it's kind of cool. I Spy is funny.
It was. It's very underrated. Him and Owen Wilson.
Yeah. So, and I don't think, and I enjoy all the Beverly Hills Cops, but they weren't as good. The first 2 were good. The third one, I could watch and watch it more than once, and I have watched it more than once. But I
Mhm.
think the first one was the best one for me, and then the second one was solid, but it wasn't better, I would say, than the first one, but it
You
wasn't all
want
that
my
bad.
since
Worse
you
either.
asked, my honest opinion, yes, number one was very good, two was solid, and three was basically it looked like they were just told to come do a third one. It was a movie. It was funny. It had some funny pieces, but yeah, it was like we did well on one and two. Let's come back and do a third. Just let's
Yeah,
do some
going to
action.
Disney World and all that was a lot, and he killed
Wonder World.
yeah, killed the uncle
Wonder World.
whatever his name was. I was just like, okay, we have gone way too far left with this movie. And the second 48 hours, or another 48 hours, that was
Mhm.
solid, but the first one really was him doing a solid because he was super young then, like he had just started in this.
I
Um,
actually watched that the other day and never realized how actually young he was. I mean, he
yeah.
was very young.
Roxy, you don't have to turn on the red light. You don't have to sell your body to the night. Roxy. I'm sorry. That's probably one of my favorite part when he go get him from jail and he ended up singing that song.
And then he's singing the Prince song in the second one. Was it
Which
Prince? Which one? Yeah, the
which one?
second one when he's on the bus, he's being transferred.
Oh yeah. So
Yes.
so yeah. Um Trading Places, really enjoyed it.
Hmm.
Just him and Dan Aykroyd, that was good. The I like the concept of that would seem like something two rich white guys would do. Let's see if this let's do some social research and see if we put this black man in here and grab any black man and let's ruin this guy's life, which they didn't have to do. Um, some people might have said life. I cannot. I feel like I need to see life because I really don't remember it. Like I don't even know that I've seen it either.
Life is
Um,
another one that I can recite. Where not everything, but I can recite a
hmm
bunch of different parts of it. And life has so many people in it. It's like the Harlem Nights of the next
yeah,
generation. I mean, it had Bernie Mac, it had Martin Lawrence. I
Martin
mean,
and yeah.
there was so many pieces in that movie.
So
It,
I need to revisit life because I for whatever reason I just don't remember it. Dolomite is my name. I had no desire to see, but a lot of people like Dolomite, and apparently it's like one of the top rated Rotten
mhm.
Tomato films,
Which Rotten Tomatoes is very hard to get highly rated on,
right? Because they
as
think
we've seen.
everything bad.
I mean, as far as life, my family to this day, every time we eat a meal that has cornbread in it, we ask each other, "You gonna eat your cornbread?"
Well, I tell you what, um, this is just for now because if coming to up to number two,
Too
America, I don't even know if that's gonna be the name. People just kind of threw it out there.
right.
It could knock one of these off.
It could, and I'm waiting on it. We've been waiting on
I
it
hope
so.
it does.
Yes, I can't wait. So excited for that one, especially
I hope it
seeing out who's
does.
all. I mean, the cast according to IMDb looks like it's gonna be nice.
So
Yeah.
yeah. So that's it. Who do we? How about Will Smith? Not now, but next
Mm.
week.
Next week,
Or did you pick somebody else?
do you want to do Whoopi for next week to do a female?
Let's go with Loretta, which was your first choice,
Okay.
wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go with Loretta.
Loretta. Notes ready.
I hope he ain't looking at me.
Well, 100 episodes. I can't believe it.
Yes, Lord. I was like, who been counting? Had the thing, the system been counting for you?
You know I didn't come up with that on my own. I just happened to come across it when we started back this last season, I saw on the place that I publish them from,
Okay.
it gives me a count, and I said, "Wow, never would have realized." But yeah. Uh,
We can't. One more thing. Why ain't we seen no trailer for Coming to America?
we ain't seen nothing.
We saw, a couple of photos where they got shots of him in his African garb. That is him.
Hmm.
And then the comedian and the two comedians, we got shots of them walking down the street with Tracy Morgan and what's this lady name? Leslie Jones.
Leslie Jones, yes.
And then we got a shot of Arsenio in his old man barbershop look. Well, actually, no, that's the Reverend's look. Actually, um, I want you to hold the God's unchanging hand because he got Gilligan. He did not get Gilligan off the island. Wasn't Gilligan still on that island at the end? I don't know because I ain't never really watched Gilligan Island. But did they ever get off of that island?
I don't think they ever did.
Okay, so I was like, Lord, this don't seem like a good analogy. You brought Daniel out the dot lines.
Just
Feel like I
man,
need to watch that again.
I
What's your
can't.
favorite part of that movie though? It's two. I got two of them, but most people remember at least in that movie?
Good
The
and terrible.
no,
That's one.
no, not a verse, but something that happens
Oh gosh.
when they get off that couch and
Yes,
the
I was just
carrot
gonna say
juice.
them. The carrot juice. That juice was. Oh.
Thank you, Lord. That's it right there.
Yes, when they get off that couch, and what's another just memorable moment? Gosh, there's so many. It's hard to kind of pick from. And
And that's why. But when anybody that's seen that movie, if you like, you can see them getting off that couch and them
and their
grease
silhouette.
stains on their
Their,
head.
yes, their silhouette is just on the cushion.
And some people like when he's standing on the window cursing at the like it's a good thing when he say good morning America and
Yes.
the man say the curse word to him and he repeated America, a land so free you can throw glass. No, that is not what we do here. Throwing trash out.
And
But
I
he was
love it.
so naive.
I love it when he talks about watching the football game. He was telling the daddy about his
Yes,
experience
the
watching the football game.
oblong.
Yes,
Yes.
through a big H.
Son, I'm gonna tell you this one time. Stay off the drug.
And he just go back to
Oh,
sweeping.
okay. Yeah.
Yes, but no, one
So
line from that movie that I use religiously. Anytime somebody says anybody's good at
good and
something,
terrible.
and good and terrible, every time, and
That
people
boy
know,
good. That boy good.
and
Good
people
and
know what you're
terrible.
talking about when you say that. They always laugh. They know where that reference is from.
That ain't nothing but a Jerry curl.
Mm-mm.
When he cut his tail off, that ain't not. But I think he might have said an ultra perm when he took that cut. Make it nice and neat. I think you're ready to find your queen. I was like, Lord have mercy. Okay,
It
so I'm.
troubles me that no one is aged in all this time. That that them men are still here. I guess they just you know are in that same time frame with this movie.
Well, no, he come back, so he got a kid, and from what they saying that he got a kid.
Oh, that's right. That's right. The kid is older. Yes.
Right, so the kid older, so at least some time has passed, and I suspect, like we know that the wife is still well, she was alive last time I checked, so most of the characters are still alive, because Eddie did most of Eddie did most of them, especially in the beauty shop and all, so he can still do all of them if they go back to the barbershop. I meant
I wonder how they're gonna do James Earl Jones because as far as I know, he don't move around too much anymore.
well, in this part, if he going back to America and he should be king by now, James could be retired, or they could just put some lines in where "Oh, father is dead" or whatever.
He done moved
And
on from
now
the
he's the
ancestral
king
plane.
officially, and so yeah, because it's Aeolian, alien, Aeolian.
Oh my
So
goodness. Yes. I can't wait to see
if you
him.
really king, I'll marry you. Like, here, lady, take
Mm-mm,
this and get out of my face.
a mess. Simi. I can't wait to see Simi.
Yes, that should be fun. So you do not think it's too much? $1 million?
Whew.
So Loretta, yes, the original, for y'all that don't know, original Dream Girl. Okay, we won't talk too much more about it, but most people don't know that she was one of the original Dream Girls when that was on screenplay in theaters.
Oh,
I mean, in theaters, not screen.
And for everyone who has not seen it yet, this episode will end with a mashup of different highlights from our first 100 episodes, and uh, in between that, there will be about a 2-minute clip of all of a bunch of T's best sign-offs.
Oh Lord.
Because I know from many people that I know watch the that listen to the show, they say that's one of their favorite parts. I think some of my family members even just fast forward to see what you're gonna
Lord,
say
that's
for that particular
hilarious.
episode. I don't even think they listen to the rest of the show. But yeah. So, and that's always one of my favorite parts too, because I always like to get to the end of the episode. And some, because I know the topics we talked about, I can almost guess what you're gonna say. But some, I have no idea, and it just makes me laugh every time.
Man, I listened to that. I was like, I had like a whole sentence for a middle name.
Yes, I sent it to Michael the other day. He loved it.
I don't even know why that started. Anyway,
But and it came like late, because the whole first season you were just T Davis, and it came like about the second season. Oh, you know what it was when Florida and Ole Miss played.
see, it should have known it was some craziness.
Because it was Go Gators. That's what started it.
What time is it?
Yes.
T, it's great to be a Florida Gator, Davis.
Yes.
Yes.
And then it just never stopped. Oh well.
And it's become a part of the show. So, yeah, you will get to hear that. But as always, I'm one of your hosts, Brian Mackay, and I am with
T. Hold to God's unchanging hand, Davis.
This has been the Mackay T Show podcast. Thank you for listening. Welcome to the very first Mackay T Show podcast.
I like Louisville just because of the coach more so than anything else, and the experience, and that's always helpful when the coach has been there. He doesn't panic when things might fall apart a little bit. He's been there and done that, so he know how to work the officials.
Right.
And all that good stuff.
And he wears them good suits.
Not you remember the year he wore that white suit, Jesus keep me near the cross.
Yes, he came out there real fancy.
Came out of that white suit at halftime. Okay, we on back on track. Go ahead.
Episodes are supposed to have twists. They're supposed to have plot turns, but it's supposed to be a kind of a punch to your gut at the end of the show and be done. They had so many switches and plot turns and things going on throughout the 2 hours that, like you said, it gave you a headache. It's like you needed Tylenol to get through it.
And they tried to say Tyler Hansborough was the best player like North Carolina ever, and it was like when he called me and told me that, I was like, what? Like, didn't Michael Jordan go to North Carolina?
Yeah, when you called and told me about this the other day, your exact question to me was, if you were to ask me who the best men's basketball player to come out the program there at North Carolina, and before you even got the question out, I said Michael Jordan, because that's always going to be the first name that comes to mind.
And there you go. There you have it.
I mean, I don't care how many accolades this dude got. He is not the best player ever. Like, so, I mean, then, even if you want to take Michael Jordan out of the equation because it's kind of unfair, we're going to take him out. He might be an outlier in research terms. He'll be an outlier. We're going to kick him over. You still got James Worthy, Sam Perkins, Kenny Smith. Like, dude, I mean, he ain't even top 10.
You could keep on going. Bob McAdoo, Rasheed Wallace, Jerry Stackhouse, Antoine Jameson, Vince Carter, Harrison Barnes, Marvin Williams, and like I called you the other day and said, Joseph Forte, who is a very underrated player. And who was the one person that I told you about, and I said that I've heard that people around here told me later on after they thought about it. Eric Montross, yes.
Big Eric Montross.
Who, stat-wise, you can look at Montross' stats. He averaged probably 13, 15 points a game. But if he'd have played Duke every game, because somehow Christian Laettner brought out the best in that man. If he'd have played Duke every game, he'd have averaged 20 and 15 every all year long.
I mean, but then you could get people like J.R. Reed. Like I had to go look it up because I was like, these people tripping. Like,
George Lynch. George Lynch was a great player.
Insanity. I mean, come on. I was like, come on, man. I don't even know what's wrong with y'all people. You can't just go on stats alone. We talked about, like, if Michael Jordan had stayed in school, he would have had all kinds of records.
Right. I mean, and like I told you, you can make a case for he's one of the greatest, one of the most accomplished college basketball players to play in the program. But that's by default because, like you say, if Michael would have stayed 4 years, Michael would have all those accolades. He'd have all those awards. Players leaving early, kind of hampers that debate. But, I mean, so he kind of wins that one by default. But as far as the greatest player ever, I don't know what fool Larry was talking to, but I'm going to say it on record and on this podcast as a fool.
Foolishness. Just the foolishness. That's my word. That's all it is foolishness.
I put them in the grave, and I said the Spurs were dead, and they didn't. I just didn't see them having a chance in making a run. And here in the last week, they have turned into. It's like they found the fountain of youth, like they do every year. So
I don't want to say I told you so, but I told you do not underestimate the heart of a champion. And like I said, he get them good rest. And all it takes for them to get the wheels turning, and then next thing you know, that snowball starts coming down the hill. Not Kyrie. What is the boy name? With the big hands, the guy that guarded.
Kawhi Leonard.
Kawhi, he coming on. Hey, I'm telling you, Houston don't want that.
No, they do not.
They don't want that. They don't. But they probably thinking they can beat them, but they don't want it. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. The things you learn on the Mackay T Show.
That's right. Even co-hosts can learn. I want to start a movement. Everybody's always starting their hashtag movements on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook, all the social media networks. I want to start a movement. And yes, it's personal. I'm sorry. I'm taking the first movement we started. It's going to be about me. Sorry. I want to start a movement to get a date with Anna Kendrick. So I want everybody listening to tweet and Facebook and Instagram and whatever you need to do. Put it on everything. Hashtag Anna K Date Brian. And tag, and when you're on Twitter, tag her in it. She's at Anna Kendrick on Twitter. And tag me as well. I'm at VMAC1435. So that's VMAC1435 on Twitter. And Anna Kendrick at it.
So yeah.
Okay. All
that's
right.
Why it's like 875.
875. That's T Davis ratings. 875.
Yeah, that's my gymnastics rating at 875. Well, lo and behold, we know that Nike offered him $90 million.
Yes.
So we can guess that Adidas didn't even offer that.
Right.
And the rest again is gonna be history. Like that could have been their Michael Jordan.
Yeah, it could have. What might have been. The LBJ could be from All Day I Dream About Sports.
Yes. Like that blew on my mind. This is why I have said it once and I'm saying it now. To be recorded for all eternity. This is why I don't think a lot of these players could play back in the day with Magic them, and even when Michael was playing and Detroit was beating him up, because they all doing all the crying, with Bush League play. When Michael Jordan was going down the lane, people throwing just straight elbows. He never said, it was just Bush League basketball. It was just playoff basketball.
Right.
And that's all that was. God is good, God is good, God is good. I've been up for like 4 hours already, and it's 7 o'clock, right?
More viewership, more pride. But
oh Lord.
But yeah, for you all that actually listen and understand and been here with us, you know what the movement is all about, and we're getting stronger. We're not where we need to be, but we are bigger than we were yesterday. We're bigger and better than we were yesterday.
Really gone.
Uh-oh. We might just let T sing every break.
Really gone away, babe.
So Anna Kendrick, I'm still looking for you. I'm waiting on you. Hit me up. Hit us both up. Get it trending, people. Hashtag Anna K Date Brian on all your social media platforms. Get the word out. She's been busy. She's been on all the late night talk shows promoting the movie. She's been putting herself out there, but she'll need some downtime eventually. And who better to share downtime with than your old boy B Mac? There's a quote that I really like by Thomas Monson. It is, "The past is behind. Learn from it. The future is ahead. Prepare for it. The present is here. Live it."
I want to say, smart people learn from their mistakes. Wise people learn from others' mistakes. Thank you, Dr. Mike.
Then they had a party at American Airlines Arena where he said they're not going to win 1, not 2, not 3, not 4. He just kept on counting how many championships they were going to win. I guess that's what he meant. Maybe he meant that's how many they were going to play in. Because if you don't want to answer the question, just take the Dr. Marshawn Lynch approach. I'm just here so I don't get fired.
And if Bills was Bills, we all be drunk. So,
Ole Miss is 3-0 on the season after their defeat of Alabama for the second time in 2 years. That's back-to-back for everyone keeping score at home.
Okay, first of all, the people know what back-to-back is. All right, go ahead.
Yeah. Whatever. Listen. You know what? Let's just go ahead and get that out the way.
Yeah, let's get that out the way.
Let's go ahead and just do it now. Get it on out the way. The Gators, they destroyed Ole Miss down there in the swamp.
Yeah. And, if you're not a Gator, you're Gator Bay. I thought I told you, but maybe I didn't tell them.
He was able to make bail. And, he got that new shady lawyer now.
Yeah, a pimp named Slickback right there, that purpose.
Yeah. So old Shady Purple is what I'm gonna call him. But yeah, he was able to get Lucius bail.
I think it should be a pimp named Slickback. That's what it should be.
Like I text you, we're on to New Mexico State. we're on to Cincinnati.
See, it's great to be a Florida Gator, Davis.
Somebody please be Florida so I can stop hearing about this. Somebody, please, LSU, Leonard Fournette, please run, slap over.
You are an Ole Miss rebel. How dare you cheer for LSU? That is a no-no.
That's some blasphemy, ain't it?
Yes, you know better than that.
Good, man.
I will say, what is your opinion on this whole after the fact going in and oh well, you did do something flagrant.
Oh yeah,
you won't go after the fact and be like, oh, I saw you on yesterday speeding, and I ain't had time to get to it, but this time, what?
I'm totally, and as much as I'm not a Reggie Miller fan, I'm totally with him on the fact that the referees in game should have made that call. They should have gone to the monitor and made that call, like they're able to do now. They're able to review things. They should have made that call in the game. It shouldn't have been no 48 hours later. Okay, yeah, we're gonna suspend you because you're over your flagrant foul limit because we give you a flagrant foul on that play.
I don't want nobody fucking with me in these streets. I don't want nobody fucking with me in these streets. I don't want nobody fucking with me in these streets. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time for that. For what? Shit.
Wow.
Oh my God. Well, you need to laugh on days when it's stuff, crazy stuff happens.
Yeah, you gotta have a.
You gotta see him though. You gotta see him singing because it's hilarious. It is hilarious.
Thank God for Jennifer Lewis and her comedic timing.
They made it about you are disrespecting the flag. So let's visit you disrespecting the flag. Number one, you see Old Navy, you see a bunch of t-shirt companies, apparel people that would have shirts that had a flag on it. If you look at flag etiquette, that is the one thing you are not supposed to use the flag for marketing purposes. Okay, let's drive around your neighborhood. How many flags do you see tattered, torn, and dirty? The Old Glory is not supposed to be hanging up, tattered, torn, or dirty. She is supposed to be folded. You don't throw her in the trash. She's supposed to be folded and burned. Okay, in a respectful manner, not burned like some people are saying they hate America.
Right.
Okay. When these Olympians win championships or goals or whatever you want to say, are you supposed to drape the flag around you at any point in time? No. But nobody says anything about that disrespectful movement of using the flag. So the media do what they want to do. And since they don't want to talk about race issues and they don't want to talk about how we treat our veterans, let's forget about that and let's just make it about how disrespectful it is of him to not stand for the national anthem. When was the last time you was at your house and heard the anthem and stood up? Never. Okay, so I can't go sit down somewhere. I don't think enough people of non-color, even like whites, Latinos, because it's not your experience, it don't seem like it resonates with nobody but us.
I'm sorry. Did you say people of non-color? I'm sorry.
Yeah, non-color. Yeah, the Michigan kicker got a pass that she would have got past.
Yeah, blame it on the Michigan kicker. Yes.
It's the Michigan kicker. He got past that she can get past.
Congratulations go out to Dawn Staley and her staff. First championship in school history. What she's been able to do with that program is something that should definitely be marveled at. I mean, South Carolina for years has been like a graveyard job, honestly, where either careers go to die or if your career is already dead, you try and revive it there. That's basically what South Carolina's always been known as before Dawn took over. And she really has turned that program around into something special. Led the NCAA in attendance this year, which is awesome for them.
Well, that's good. They ain't got nothing else to do with. I'm sorry.
People are thinking, okay, where have I heard Rob Pelinka's name? If you watch the 30 for 30 on the Fab Five, yes, he is the Lagarde that gets set down by the rest of the Fab Five to start. And if they took over the starter role in Michigan, yes, he's on that team.
This baby named Shahad Kumar in India.
Oh, Jesus.
Is 38 pounds.
I did see that.
The baby is 8 months old. Look like a Michelin tire baby. Got rings all on the arms, on the leg. That baby looks just like a Michelin tire baby.
Oh my God. Yeah.
And then the parents like they can't help it because she cry when you're not feeding her. So that means they just feed her all the time. She eat like a 10-year-old. She don't have to cry. But, like she is way too big. This is crazy. And the doctor said they don't know why she hungry. They need to check her thyroid or something. I don't know. But thyroid don't have really much to do with appetite. I don't think it may. I know it can bother your weight. First of all, no, you can't. I would let you borrow money for anything but that. I refuse to be.
I can't get some paper for the O2s.
No, you can get some money from me for other things, but not that mess. I refuse to be a part of the foolishness.
$495.
I can't.
For somebody that hasn't even played an NBA game
I
yet.
don't care if he had played an NBA game. These ain't no Nikes. This ain't no name. Look, me and Larry worried that the first person that go out here and play in these shoes gonna have a blowout. Tear their ankles or something. That's my concern. Then when you got the nerve to have, this your rain and Shannon. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Oh no.
Go ahead. You got the nerve talking about you can't get no refund. Really? On the $450, $40 $95? $95?
Those shoes look like they'd be the type that would come in the mail and not fit. You get your regular size and wouldn't fit.
Because everything too little.
The romp him. It is rompers for men. Let me just say for the record, any of my friends that are listening, any of my male friends, if I see you out there looking like somebody's sister, brother, aunt, uncle, if I see you out there in one of these, you will get clowned. You will be talked about. You will get plenty of pictures taken of you. Because I'm sorry, I've tried so hard. Now, this all comes about way back. If anybody remembers, we talked about Cam Newton on here.
I was say Cam had one on at Coachella.
Yes, at Coachella. He brought it about. I mean, he's basically the biggest person as far as fame to start wearing these things. Now, I just can't get with them. They don't look good on men, especially big tall guys. No, you're not supposed to show that much leg.
Okay, let's reverse that. No guys, unless you're a baby, a little toddler.
Right, little onesie is fine for little babies, but rompers for me, you're not supposed to show that much neckline. You're not supposed to show that much thigh meat. It just.
I'm fine with your short shorts. And I'm fine with your neckline. It all should just be one piece.
No, it needs to be two separate pieces.
2 pieces. Please, 2 pieces. I can't. When you call me, when you text me about the romp, I was like, Lord, let me look that up because I don't have no idea. Then my other sibling was like, yes. I was like, oh, Lord, this is a real thing. Oh, Lord have mercy. I can't. It's too early in the morning.
Like always, I am one of your co-hosts, Brian McKay, and I am with
T Davis. I'm T Davis. The Gator, T Davis. T, it's great to be a Florida Gator Davis. Dr. T Davis. T, hashtag Lakers please lose. Davis, thank you. T, happy Monday, Davis. T, I love punting around Davis. T, punting ain't easy, Davis. T, so happy it's summertime, Davis. T, God is good all the time, Davis. Woo. T, have a great summer, Davis. T, keep over line, Davis. T, March Madness is here, Davis. T, it's great to be me, Davis. T, it's still great to be me, Davis. T, let's see what we got today. God is good, Davis. Yes. T, oh magnify the Lord with me, Davis. T, it's still great to be me, Davis. Praise the Lord, everybody. T, God is good even though it's raining, Davis. T, Jesus is the reason for the season, Davis. T, have a great holiday, Davis. And be safe out in these streets. T, God is good again and again and again, Davis. If you're on a boat and stuck behind a ferry, is that a fairy tale?
Yes.
Hilarious.
Why I laughed too hard at my own fun.
Church, just stay with me for a moment as I go through my sermon. But for 34 years of life,
Mm-hmm.
we have always had turkey and ham on every special holiday when the family gets together.
Potatoes, tomatoes.
Yes. So, imagine my surprise at year 35.
Y'all had pizza. Okay,
We
I'm sorry.
had ham and another type of bird. My grandmother decided, at year 35, year 80 for her, but year 35 for myself, she decided that instead of turkey, we're going to do a roasted chicken this year for Easter. Now,
Thank God for chicken.
I enjoy chicken. Yes, thank God for chicken.
He didn't have to do it, but he did.
No, he did not.
Gave him 2 legs. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Preach.
So being the sarcastic person that I am, I couldn't let this go. So I made sure it was talked about all day long. In fact, during the meal, somebody asked me, everything good? I said, oh yeah, this turkey is real good. It's a real good turkey. And that's how I referred to it all day long. In fact, I think my sarcasm went a little too far because at one point in the day, when I went back for leftovers, I was going to make me a turkey sandwich. Turkey was not in the fridge. I inquired as to where the turkey was. I was told that the turkey went to Grandma's house because she didn't think anybody over here was going to eat it, which means she was offended by my sarcasm all day long. So I had to go make up and apologize and so got my turkey sandwich, by the way. But yeah, so that's just my little bitty complaint. I'm a creature of habit.
Did y'all put some hot sauce on it?
They did. My mom and my grandma don't think anything can go without hot sauce. They did.
And walking TJ Maxx with my mom. Little kid sneeze. I glance down, they ain't cover their mouth now. I'm just like, cover your mouth.
Okay, pause. Now let me set the scene. Let me set this up for people. T, I've known T for over about almost 15 years now.
Right.
And I know T, so I know this is just her way, and nothing wrong with it. She's always been, the type, if you sneeze and you don't cover your mouth, she gonna tell you, cover your mouth. She not like necessarily just, being forceful to you, telling you, she just letting you know that you need to cover your mouth. It's unsanitary, and that's just her way. But go ahead.
So, I say it and I walk on. I ain't said directly to anybody,
Right.
Just speak it out in the air.
Right.
And so, go looking for baby clothes for a baby shower. Looking. Same little kid, and this time I can see who the parent is. And it's 2 ladies, but one is obviously the parent because she's talking to the other lady, saying, oh, the grandmama sends her this much money every month or whatever. And I'm like, what in the world? Like, are you bragging or whatever? Okay, that's fine. And I'm just, they talking so loud, I ain't even got an ear hustle. Like, they just speaking so loud. Then the other lady like, well, how much she said? And she was like, how much she have? She was like, $50. I was like, what? Wait a minute. You act like she had a couple of $100 in the bank, like waiting. Anyway, so I'm still looking for something for this little person. Kid sneeze again. Ain't covered her mouth. I was like, cover your mouth. Then so the mom was like, excuse you? So I turned and looked at her and I said, cover your mouth. Like she just sneezed and then cover her mouth. You don't teach my child. I teach my child. Duck, quick. My mama turned around because she just looking for something on a different rack. And she said cover her mouth. And then she's like, you shut up. Da-da-da-da-da-da. then she started cursing and calling us bees.
Mm-hmm.
And so my mom was turned, and I was like, Mama, I'm done with it. Like, I'm finished. Like, I'm not even paying her any attention anymore. I'm over it. And so then she kept, you be this and that. And so my mom was like, yo, Mama, let's go, T.
I can hear your mama. I can hear her saying that.
She's like, yo, Mama. And then we left. So I get outside and I was like, now, who in their right mind says, you don't teach my child manners? Like, that's pretty much what she said. You don't teach my child manners. Because I'm not doing it. That means I don't care if she spit everywhere and don't know to cover her mouth. And that's a problem. Because the kid wasn't like a baby, like a toddler. She was at least 3. Or a big 2-year-old. She should know to cover her mouth. So that was... Like, that lady went from 0 to 60.
Even if she had got caught off guard by it, I still feel like, okay, she initially said, you don't teach my child, that's my job, whatever. And then I say, you take a breath and you just move on. You go to your rack and you keep your shopping. She continued and continued.
She kept going.
She felt some type of way.
And I was like, lady, I've dealt with children, like, and you just tell them to cover their mouth. Like, she spit germs in the air. Like, I have a right not to breathe in her germs because she didn't cover her mouth.
Right.
So, anyway, I had just moved on from that, and I called my sibling. They was like, oh, I wish I had been out and cussed her out. But I was like, I didn't think nothing about it. I was like, you can call bees all you want. I know I'm not a female dog. Like, I'm not offended. You, like... Clearly, you're teaching your daughter how to curse and nothing else. But so that happened.
The ignorance that I endured,
no.
It almost made me want to go home, get up underneath the covers, and never come back out into society ever again. Okay.
I told you that's why I disassociated from him. But go ahead.
Well, this is not gonna make you come back anytime soon. When I tell you what I got to tell you. So now, church, I understand. I have ranted and chanted on fast food restaurants before. Mm-hmm. So this is gonna fall right in line. But I was on my way Saturday to my sister and brother-in-law's house. And on my way, being the spoiled, I guess it would be the spoiling uncle that I am, I stop at Dairy Queen because I said I'm going to get my nephew some French fries. Okay. So, I stopped.
I was hoping the ice cream, but go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah. But he's lactose intolerant, so...
Oh, no. That's so bad. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Not to the fullest extent, but he has some issues with that, so, yeah, no ice cream. French fries. So, I pull in, like, I've known to do. I get to the little intercom box, and they come over the intercom. I tell them my order. They repeat back to me. I forget I know I ordered the fries and I think a large sweet tea, and I think I got myself a hot dog. So it was $6.82 is what they told me the total was.
No, that can't count the change.
Oh no, the total, the total was fine. I get to the window and the girl repeats again, $6.82. So I gave her, how I had it, my wallet was a 20 at the time. So I gave her a 20 and 82 cents. The puzzling look should have tipped me off. She looked at me and said, "Sir, it's only $6.82." Oh, let me rewind. So when I gave it to her,
that can't count. You don't gave her that change and messed them up.
Church, again, if you don't know me, you won't understand what I'm about to say. T will, and people who are listening to this will. I'm built differently, because of scoliosis and other issues that I've had in my life. So I have come to understand the whole, if you don't know me, your first time seeing me, it's a it's a little bit of a there's something different there. That look I get. I've come to understand, come to deal with that. It's just fine. So that's the look. First of all, I get that look when she first comes to the window and looks down at me. So after about a puzzling 30 seconds, like she was in a trance, she said it's $6.82, and so I hand her my $20.82. And she says, "Sir, it's only $6.82," and the look on her face is like I was wrong. So I said,
Yeah, $6.82. I want $14 back.
I looked at her and I said, "Yeah, I know." So she closes the window. A couple minutes later, window opens back up. And now it's her and it's a gentleman. And he says, "Sir, your order was only $6.82. And I looked at him and I went, "Yeah, did I not give y'all enough change? What's the issue?" Because I said, maybe I just miscounted, in my head.
Right, gave him $6.31. Yeah. What?
Right.
Oh my God. This is happening.
I said, "Yeah, did I not give enough? What's the problem?" And then he said, "Well, you gave us $20.82. And I went, "Yeah, I said, "Sir, are you the manager?" He said, "Yes, I am. I'm a manager on site right now." And I went, "Oh."
We got to get another manager in the building.
I said, "Okay, well, here's the deal. I gave you $20.82 because the order is $6.82. So you subtract the $20.82 from the $6.82, you give me $14 back." And I said it just like that. And they gave me my $14, but I'm still not sure they understood.
They don't understand.
I really don't.
The machine would have did it. Just put the money in there. The machine would have told you the change is $14, people.
That was my next question. Do you have a calculator? Because if you're not going to use the register, do you have a calculator?
Right. Pull your phone out and pull the calculator app up, something. Oh, I'm so sad.
Oh, Michael said he could average 20 right now in his 50s in today's game.
And go sit down somewhere.
Well, I ain't gonna tell
and
you
find a general manager and stop being the team manager, owner, and all that. Cause
he just needs to be the owner and sit back and get other people. That's why you hire people. That's what they always say. You hire people that are smarter than you to do the job, and you just sit back
and chill.
Yes. He's too hands on. He's too emotional. He's too emotional, and he's too hands on. And they have made mistake after mistake in the draft. I mean, Monk, good player in college, hasn't really translated in the NBA just yet from Kentucky.
Can I just say one word? Kwame Brown. Okay, that's two.
Yeah. That's going to always be on Mike's record. And I think he knows that, and he's trying to.
I don't even need to say no more. And we all have bad days. So that was the worst day ever. When I saw that kid couldn't do a drop step, and I was like, "How you drafted him number one, and y'all out here teaching him how to do a drop step?"
The young man should have gone to Florida and learned the game and evolved in a good system, because at the time Florida was in the national championship picture every year. He would have learned some. He would have been.
He was doing his thing.
Yeah, and he just was not ready. He was overwhelmed. He was young. He was, just everything about young kids, everything about the one and done rule, or just straight out of high school rule that they hate. He was Kwame Brown.
He embodied it.
Yes, that's the word. Yes.
JaVale McGee, God bless his soul, he can block a shot, but he is so goofy. And can you say that about an NBA player?
I don't know if you can say it about him, because his mama might come out and get you.
I ain't worried about his mama. Is he not goofy to you? Like, he falls and
he definitely
he don't have full coordination.
No, he definitely seems like he has an equilibrium problem.
I feel like, why are you always off balance? Let me rephrase that. Maybe it's not goofy. Maybe he's always off balance, seems to me. He falls when you blow at him. He'll block a shot and be off balance, and I don't know what that's about. And then we got buses out and cars having wrecks in California on the highway. People, slow down. your life is more valuable than wherever you think you rushing to. And you just don't think that anything gonna happen to you. But then when it happens, you just be like, I'm sorry. I made it bad. Just slow down. You see people running lights, stop signs. Just why? Just slow down. You kill somebody. Ain't nobody trying to hear I'm sorry.
The Kardashians are like the people off of Get Out. I promise you, there's something that they're doing in their house. Look, they're gonna come for me. That's okay. But
it ain't like the Beehive. As long as you stay good with the Beehive, you good.
I mean, it's something going on with them because they make folks crazy.
Yeah, things seem to go left when you're on that team. And I know she either embarrassed or just like, how can I get him to get some help? Because now he say he don't need no mental health stuff. He don't need no pills. He had needed some sleep or something.
Oh my. We had some constructive criticism, if any criticism, of our first part of All of Me. And I know that on my end, people were telling me that even though the presentation was god awful, they said that they enjoyed the story. They're looking forward to what happens next. They got mad when we stopped when we did. And all I could say for them is they thought the presentation was awful. They should have heard the unedited version.
Man, it was bad.
Cause me, I listened to it. I listened back to it when I was on my way to I had an appointment down the highway, and I listened to it then. I was like, this ain't that bad. I'll say this: it was not as bad as I anticipated it sounding.
Right, because we knew how bad it was. Because I listened to it myself, and I was like, okay, we need to do a little bit of tweaking, but we had so many bloopers, it was hilarious. I was like, this thing gonna take Brian all year to edit.
Hey, that's okay. Once we get edited, we're gonna send it to a publisher, and then we're gonna make money because I get editors' rights on this.
You get editors' rights?
Yes.
Okay.
Edited by Bishop.
You could have been fired then that first time.
Yeah.
Yes, you could have been fired.
All right.
Just talking crazy to the coach, trying to explain how he had his hand on his helmet or whatever. And I'm like, son, you just tried to punch somebody in front of official. Do you think that the coach is not going to say something to you and not really care about whatever you're trying to explain happened?
Right.
And he was just barking back. And I mean, this was going on back. And I was like, this is a lot. I need you to get these thuggishly undisciplined.
We went at least 3 or 4 episodes and constantly was talking about thuggishly. I remember that.
Thuggishly undisciplined. Yeah, that's what I thought of when I was watching them. Because I was like, one guy jumped off sides. He didn't even think about trying to run back on the other side. He just kept running towards the quarterback. I was like, why? Never can say goodbye, girl. Ooh, don't know where I came from. No. Ooh.
Yes, well.
Never can say goodbye.
But unfortunately, it's time for us to say goodbye to this episode.
I never can say goodbye. No. Ooh. Never can say goodbye. No. Okay, I'm sorry.
As always, I'm one of your co-hosts, Brian McKay, and I am with
T. God is still good, Davis.
And this has been
Never can say goodbye. Ooh. Okay.
And this has been the Mackay T Show podcast. Thank you for listening.